Here are the basic features of the ProQuest Advanced Search page. You have along the top your search boxes. This is where you would enter the keyword terms or whatever you're looking for. You can change where you're looking for or what you're looking for using these drop-down search boxes. The default is citation and abstract, and that means that it looks at every record with the publication information and any abstracts or summaries of the article. You can also do a search of the citation in the full document text. That's probably not necessary. A citation and abstract will usually do the job for you. You could search specifically for an author. You could also look for a classification code or a certain company or a location or a person or an NIA or NAICS code. But those are very specific searches and probably easier to use the look up feature in the other part of this page. Again, you have a way to search for a specific journal when you search publication title, and for a subject, but that again is the controlled vocabulary subject headings that have been created by the indexers here. You can choose what database you're searching. The default is multiple databases, which means that it searches all of these different databases here, with the exception of the historical New York Times and the historical Wall Street Journal. Those are not part of this search. But everything else gets searched. But if you want to focus, say, just on education journals, you could switch it to the education journal search, but we're not going to do that. We'll leave it there. Oops, now I've gone back and it wants me to choose all of the databases, so we'll just select them all. And again, as you see, the historical databases are not part of that. Okay. You can control by date ranges, so you can get things in the last 7 days or the last 30 days or before or after a certain date or in a specific date range. So if you only want things from January 1st, 2000 to December 31st, 2005, you could set that up. You can limit by only full text documents, meaning that the articles you would get would be just full text. I don't recommend doing that because there are articles, probably useful ones, that will not have full text in the ProQuest databases, but those articles might be available in another database, or you could certainly interlibrary loan them, but you can't do that if you don't see them, so don't click on full text documents. You might be tempted to limit your results by scholarly journals and peer-reviewed journals because you'll be required to use mainly these sources in your papers. Again, I don't recommend doing that from here because ProQuest allows you to separate those different types of sources once you actually get to the results. Now, you can also limit your searches by publication titles, certain subjects, companies and organizations, person, these business codes, classification in NAICS or SIC codes. You probably don't know any of these things or what is actually in the database. But if you do the lookup feature, you can actually get a list of the publications and you can search those publications or the people that are in the database. Let me expand this one so you can see, expand this one so you can see it a little bit better. So the different people, so you could search for the president and add to the search as a person, and that just means that any articles with Barack Obama in it may have his name tagged to the record. You can pick what kind of features you want to see in the article. It's probably not necessary, and you can also pick what type of article you would prefer to see. I could see that being useful in some cases if you have looking for something very specific, like say a review. You can limit by publication type. Again, you don't really need to do this here. You can do it later. You can exclude things from your searches, like book reviews, dissertations, and newspapers. That can be especially useful with the book reviews because quite often you'll get a lot of book reviews about one particular book, which may also fit in with your subject, and those reviews are probably not very useful to you. So you can exclude them from the results, and you can show how you want them sorted, the most recent or the most relevant. Again, the most relevant is some algorithm in the background trying to figure out what you want the most of, and you can so who knows. And you can also control how many results you want to see on the page. So those are the basic features of the ProQuest search page.